gone to Souvenir City. Boy, the kid just keeps clobbering baseballs. The Indians hit their way within 2 games of the Tigers in the AL Central thanks to the bats of Jason Kipnis and Kosuke Fukudome. A win tonight would earn the Tribe a sweep in this 3-game series and move them a game out of first. But to do so, they'll have to take down arguably the league's most dominant pitcher. And we've got all the action next on Sports Time Ohio. Fans filing in tonight past the Bob Feller statue as the Indians try to complete a 3-game sweep tonight of the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Tribes played well, winning the first 2 games of the series. And last night, Jason Kipnis becoming the first Indians rookie ever with 5 hits, 4 runs scored, and 3 runs driven in a game.
Boy, this young man is off to a terrific start. He just keeps getting better and better every time he goes out there, putting up some quality at-bats. He's got a very good eye at the plate, hit a double, a home run, 3 singles, and he didn't stop. And that's a night he will never forget. When you look at Jason Kipnis in that number 2 hole, he has really propelled the Indians. They had 7 doubles last night, and you can see he raised his average from 232 to 295. He's been in a very, very good groove.
And they'll need him to stay in that group tonight against Justin Verlander. 16 wins on the season. He's sitting on 99 career victories as well.
Well, I think the best pitcher in the American League, Justin Verlander, he really dealt against the Indians his last time. It was a 2-hit shutout, 9 innings. He had a great fastball, great curveball, and also a very good changeup.
And tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Ram Trucks, designed, tested, and proven to be the best trucks we've ever built. Ram.
Well, he's going to be tested against Fausto Carmona. And Carmona has pitched well against the Tigers, 8-4 in his career. He has a win earlier in the year. And, you know, when you go out there, Fausto has been getting it back. He's been settling in a little bit. He hasn't been overthrowing. He's been changing speeds a lot. So Fausto coming off a good start in Texas where he did not get the decision. But he's going to have to go up against the Tigers. If Fausto can match Verlander pitch for pitch, the Indians can have a sweep. They'd be 1 game behind the Detroit Tigers tonight.
We'll see if the Indians can continue their mastery of the Tigers this year. They're 6-2 against Detroit. We've got the play-by-play action coming up next on Sports Time Ohio. An absolutely perfect night in downtown Cleveland as the Indians take the field looking for a sweep of the Detroit Tigers. 74 degrees, clear skies at game time. Fans fired up after Jason Kipnis' 5-hit performance last night, keying the Indians to a 10-3 win over Detroit. Now all eyes turn to Fausto Carmona as he will toe the rubber for the Tribe. And let's look at Jim Leland's starting 9 for Detroit. Austin Jackson will lead it off. Then it's Ryan Rayburn, followed by Maglio Ordonez. Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, and Johnny Peralta in the middle. Then it's Carlos Guillen, Alex Avila, and Wilson Betemit getting the start at third.
Carmona will be making his 23rd start this year. He is 5-11, coming off a no decision against the Texas Rangers. He pitched a good ball game, 6 1/3, 6 hits. He's coming back. He has beaten the Detroit Tigers this year. June 15th, he went 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. That was his 4th win on the year. They beat him 6-4. He is 8-4 in his career, and he's got a tough matchup tonight. But right now, you're going to try and match zeros because the Tribe, they're swinging the bats pretty well as we speak. Let's take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Same as last night. Duncan Carrera, Fukudomi in the outfield. Chisenhall, Cabrera on the left side of the infield. Kipnis, Santana on the right side with Lou Marson behind the plate.
And good to see Asdrubal Cabrera back in the lineup tonight after he was hit on the right heel by a pitch last night and really hobbled through much of the game last night. As you look at the umpires for tonight's ball game, and there's no question Asdrubal Cabrera, one of the key guys on this team, the MVP of this club. And nice to see him back in there. There was some question as to whether or not he'd be able to go tonight.
Manny had 2 lineups written down in case he wasn't able to go tonight. He went out and tested it, and he's ready to rock and roll, which is good.
And now Fausto Carmona delivers the first pitch of the night, and a strike to Austin Jackson. Jackson 0 for 6 in the series opener, did not play last night. And a swing and a miss. It's quickly 0-2.
I mean, could this be any better of an evening for baseball?
If you could bottle this,
oh boy,
have it every night, it'd be a lot of fun.
This is picture perfect.
Carmona's 2-strike pitch. Down too low. Carmona's last start against Texas, just 2 earned runs in 6 1/3. The 1-2. Popped out of play to the right.
You know, for Fausto, his last 6 starts, he has really been a much different pitcher. Settled down, I think, a lot more. Hasn't been overthrowing as much, or I guess you could call it amped up. But he's kept his team in the ball game. The team is 4-2 in his last 6 starts. And that's all you can ask as a starting pitcher. Give your team an opportunity.
The 1-2. Well, maybe a little bit outside.
Well, you see where Marson's sitting. He's sitting off the plate. That's a good pitch. That's a close pitch that could go either way. It goes the ball. I'm surprised that's a tough pitch you almost want to swing at.
Grounded towards third. And Lonnie Chisenhall will sling it over. Oh, and it's off the glove of Santana into the photo well. And down to second base goes Jackson.
Well, this happened last night in an inning where a throw came over from the infielders, and at first base, Santana couldn't hold on to it. That was a little high, but it was off the glove, but you have to catch it. Even if you come off the base, it wasn't that high. Chisenhall makes the throw across, and he might have been able to come off the base. You still have to catch the ball. You can't let it get over your glove and let him get to second base. That'll be an error on Chisenhall for the throw, bringing him off the base.
Well, defensively, the Indians made some mistakes behind Carmona in that start in Texas. Cost him a couple of unearned runs in that game. 10 unearned runs for Carmona on the season. Now Ryan Rayburn, 1 for 6 in the series.
You certainly don't want to do it on the leadoff man of the game. You cannot afford to make mistakes against the guy you're going to be facing tonight.
Now the 0-1. Well, Tapper stays fair, and Marson will throw out Rayburn. Jackson goes to third. Works out almost like a sacrifice bunt. And you've got Maglio Ordonez coming to the plate now.
That ball, it does go right out over the front of the plate, and Lou Marson jumps on it. You weren't going to get Jackson. That's a good play by him to get over to third base, but you can throw out Rayburn and get the first out.
Maglio Ordonez 0 for 4 last night. Mixed results in his career against Carmona. Fouled right back. He's 8 out of 31. That's a .258 average. Infield back. Indians will trade it out for a run here. And the 0-1 is driven in the gap to right field. Fukudome with a great diving catch for out number 2. Tagging and coming home is Austin Jackson, and the Tigers have a 1-0 lead. A terrific diving stab by Fukudome and right to take a hit away from Maglio Ordonez.
Boy, was it ever. That was a line drive sinking fast. Fukudome gets a good jump, and I mean that's tough right now because you're looking into the sunlight coming this way. And he takes a base hit away from Ordonez. The Tigers still score. So that error comes back and it bites him.
Now Miguel Cabrera sends one out of play to the right. Cabrera 3 for 10 with a double in the series. And a big bouncer towards third. Lonnie Chisenhall. This time a perfect throw to Santana ends the inning. But an unearned run has the Tigers on the board first. Indians coming to bat. Santana, probably you've got to make the catch there.
Absolutely.
Knock the ball
Catch
down.
the ball. That's beautiful. That's good stuff because right there Cabrera's taking charge, man. He's being the leader in there, and he knows how important his game is. He's seeing that play. And look who's calming him down, the starting pitcher.
Still Carmona trying to play peacemaker.
Saying settle down, but you know what? It may have been a throw offline by Chisenhall. Okay, that was a little high. Now Santana at least has to catch the ball. There you see the manager over there. He's getting an explanation on the play. Cabrera's telling him, just catch the ball. I don't care if you got to come off the base. That's good stuff.
Last night, Santana failed to make a catch on a throw from Cabrera that was later changed after the game to an error, making all 3 runs that Ubaldo Jimenez gave up last night unearned. Indians starting lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider for the Indians. Same lineup for the second night in a row for Maniacta's club, and we'll see if they can have some success against Justin Verlander. This lineup scored 10 runs last night. Ezekiel Carrera with a liner toward left, but it hangs up, and Ryan Rayburn makes the catch for out number 1.
Let's check out the numbers, or let's say the rankings, because you look at any number you look at, this guy is unbelievable. Right now, the Cy Young leader, in my opinion. 16 wins, that's first. 188 innings, 168 strikeouts. He has 4 complete games, one of them coming against the Indians. It was a 2-hit shutout. He's third in ERA. He has had a brilliant year to this point. He has a no-hitter to his credit this year. Has carried a number of no-hitters into the 7th inning as well. But he is 11-11 in his career against the Indians.
Tigers have lost his last 2 starts here in Cleveland.
And in this ballpark, he is 4-8 with his 6th 31. He made his very first start of his career in here in this park.
That was back on the 4th of July in 2005. Kipnis with a fly ball to left. Rayburn back on the front edge of the warning track. 2 down.
Let's look at that Home Depot Tigers defense now that we have an opportunity in the outfield. It's Rayburn in left. It's Jackson in center. Ordonez in right. Benamit is at third. Peralta at short. Guillen is at second. Cabrera at first with Avila behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Has dribble Cabrera, swing and a miss. Cabrera 3 for 8 in the series. Takes a look at a ball. Oh, he checked his swing and they called him a strike as Eric Cooper said he went around. Now Cooper eyeing the Indians dugout as he's undoubtedly hearing it. Take a look from the front. Sure didn't appear that he went around.
Well, from that angle, no, it did, but you can't tell from that angle.
2-strike pitch. Ran it inside with that 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, Verlander has 4 quality pitches. A great fastball, above average. He's got an above-average curve, changeup, and he's even mixed in a slider this year, and he'll go 50-50 with his pitches.
When we saw him in Detroit, that start he had against the Indians, you could honestly say he didn't have any secondary pitches that night. They were all number 1s.
He could throw it anyone at any time. And when a guy can do that, that's why you get 2 hits.
Now the 2-2. And he strikes him out with a fastball up and in. Indians go 1-2-3. It's 1-0 Detroit after an inning. McDonald's, the Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Second inning here at Progressive Field, 1-0 Detroit. For the Tigers, Victor Martinez, Johnny Peralta, and Carlos Guillen. Victor, 3 for 8 in the series. Comes in batting .324 on the year. And takes a look at a first pitch strike. Now the 0-1. And Victor lays off. They appeal. He didn't go, says Eric Cooper. Tigers have lost 3 straight. Indians just 2 games in back of the Tigers in the division. Fly ball to right. Fukudome back a few steps, now in front of the track, pulls it down, 1 away. Well, here's the play last night we were talking about that Santana didn't make the catch on. That was later ruled an error on the first baseman. And then here tonight, high throw. But because he didn't get off the bag and make the catch or knock it down,
you know,
the runner gets to second and leads to an unearned run.
I'll tell you what, right there, Cabrera's doing exactly what he has to do. He should have caught both those balls. He went out there too early last night to catch the ball. Tonight, even if he's off the base, it would have been an error on Chisenhall. But you know what? Santana doesn't have that much time in to start talking back. He better listen.
Base hit by Johnny Peralta on a broken bat into shallow center, and a 1-out base runner for the Tigers here in the second. Well, that's what you talk about. In this day and age, we talk so much about leadership and who's the leader on this club. There's a case where Asdrubal Cabrera is being a leader by taking charge of the situation.
He's trying to tell him to make him a better player, and Santana comes back saying something else. He's not a first baseman to begin with, so he's getting telling something. You know, Cabrera is absolutely right there, and Santana should just zip it and listen. Now, whether he likes it or not, you know, you can talk about it later on, but he's going out there. This is a game that, you know, you have to win.
Carlos Guillen takes a look at a ball down low.
Well, that's over with. You got a ball game.
Sometimes you need a kick in the pants, and if it comes from a teammate, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, the teammate should do it. Those are the people that do it. You know, it shouldn't have to come from a coach or a manager. I respect that. That's how it should be taken care of. It's from your teammates. But now you got a ball game on, so you got to continue to play and play hard.
2 balls, no strikes.
I was amazed to see Fausto in the middle of it, though. He's the one that took Cabrera away.
Well, that's always been the great thing about baseball. Multiple opportunities for redemption. Peralta held at first by Santana. The 2-0 to Guillen. And it's ball 3. Guillen in his career, just a .214 batter against Fausto. Taking all the way, it's 3-1.
I know Peralta doesn't run, and I know the Tigers don't steal, but this could be a time where you can start your runner 3-1. Again, if he likes the pitch, go ahead and swing and look for a gap. They do not.
Holds, and Guillen smokes it deep down the right field line. That is dropping foul.
All right, good break right there. Give us time to take care of some of our birthdays tonight. Happy 70th birthday to Max Deffenbaugh, who is at the ballpark celebrating tonight. And you'll see this ball just barely going foul. And we got to wish a longtime Indian fan, Margaret Layton, a happy 107th birthday from McDonald, Ohio.
See if Peralta takes off here with a 3-2 pitch. He does, and it's ball 4 in the dirt. So a broken bat single and a walk, and they are 2 on with 1 out here in the second for Detroit. Now Marson with some words for Carmona there on that 3-2 pitch. Bounced it in. Alex Avila, 2 for 7 in the series, steps in here. This guy has really turned himself into a very solid player for Detroit. Good behind the dish. And Carmona really struggling all of a sudden here, so Lou Marson's going to go out with a few more words of encouragement.
You know, Marson not a guy that takes many trips to the mound. He stays behind home plate and lets you figure it out. But right now, he just trying to get on the same page with Carmona. Yeah, the only hit they have tonight is that broken bat hit, this 1-out single by Peralta. I think Lou just wants him to try and get ahead in the count, pitch from in front.
Swung on and missed.
Change up.
Avila, a .286 hitter with runners in scoring position on the year. Tried to hold up and he went around. It's 1-2.
Well, whatever Lou told him, he came right back and listened. This one, after the changeup, he follows it up with a good sinker. And you see where Marson's sitting. He sits middle of the plate. And you see how much run that ball has. That ball was set up middle or even the inside part. And that's how much it moves.
Here's the 1-2. Little tapper up the first base side.
I'm going to send along a happy 66th wedding anniversary to Larry and Wilma Isofano. They're from Chesterland and celebrating today back in 1945. And their son Iceman and works for the Detroit feed. And from Chesterland brought in some nice pizza for us yesterday, homemade. So, Mrs. Ice, thank you.
Thank you indeed. 2 on, 1 out for Detroit here in the second. Carmona has Avila down on the count. The 1-2 is hit in the hole to left. Peralta coming around third. He's going to be waved home. Duncan, his throw is cut off, and the Tigers have a 2-0 lead. On a 1-2 pitch, Avila found the hole, taking it the other way.
That's good hitting there. That's a good hit. He just stays on it and didn't try and do much with it. They went with that sinker away. That one was more of a, it had a little more velocity to it. Not a bad pitch. You're looking for the ball on the ground, but it finds a hole. So Peralta able to come around to score. Detroit makes it 2-0.
Now Wilson Betemit. Batting ninth in the Tigers lineup, a .286 hitter on the year, spent most of the season with Kansas City.
Well, a guy that was expendable over there with the young rookie crop that Kansas City was bringing up. Mike Moustakas, who was their third baseman over there. Betemit did a good job the year before. And, they're going to go with their youth. So he was available. And Detroit wanted him because Brandon Inge down in their minor leagues, believe it or not.
Betemit pops it foul out of play. Was just kind of hoping they would have traded him somewhere else, though. Betemit is at .346 against the Indians this year, .282 in his career.
Well, he's always played well against us. You're right. When he was in Kansas City, he had big hits and had some good power numbers. And he's a switch hitter. Didn't play in game number 1, but played last night and had a couple of RBIs.
Carmona's 0-2 offering. Up and in.
Ooh. That's a tough way to go when you're looking for that sinker down and away. That's a four-seamer that I'm talking about, up and in. That'll straighten you up. That's a good pitch to left-handers when you're a sinker ball pitcher, because you can tell they are looking away.
Well, Betemit is just 1 for 10 in his career against Carmona. So it's not exactly like he went up there feeling real comfortable to begin with. And the 1-2 bounces it foul.
Yeah, you'll wait a little while before you start trying to dive out there on the outside part of the plate now.
Fans still filing in here at Progressive Field.
Yeah, T-shirt night.
Drive down a pair early. Carmona trying to get out of trouble with a double play ball. Bounces it in, 2-2. Happy birthday wishes tonight go out to Mike Dukeshire, celebrating his 44th birthday in Fremont. And James Schramm from the great state of Illinois tuning in tonight and celebrating his 71st birthday. Now Fausto with a 2-2. Right back up the middle. Hit
off his
Carmona.
leg.
And it's going to go into right field and bring home another run. Scoring on the play is Guillen. Going to third is Avila. Man, the Tigers now are up 3-0 on back-to-back RBI singles here in inning number 2.
That ball looked like it hit Carmona square in the leg, and it just deflected off and still went into right field. It goes off the left leg.
Might have got his glove. Do you think it hit the glove or his leg?
No, the glove. I think it hit his leg, because that thing ricocheted for quite some. That went out there a ways. That was just a deflection. But they score their second run in the inning, and they still have runners first and third, and back up to the top of the lineup.
Three hits in the inning for Detroit. Austin Jackson reached on the air in the first and scored the first run of this game. One ball, one strike. Fausto with a 1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Carmona takes a walk behind the mound, trying to get back into a rhythm here. This will be his 25th pitch of this second inning. Austin Jackson 0 for his last 8 at the plate. Squeeze play is on. Carmona's only play at first. They get the out. Tigers get another run.
Nicely done. Execution. They started the runner, and Jackson laid down a beauty. He forced Carmona to field it. He only had one play. First base, they do get the out. There you see him score easily. It is now 4-0 Detroit.
And Ryan Rayburn, with a runner at second, steps in. He topped the ball right out in front of the plate his first time up. Chases a high off-speed pitch. And it's 0-1 as Jackson grabs a drink of water. Tigers out to the early lead. Justin Verlander's got to be loving that. Justin Verlander had a stretch earlier this year where he limited the opposition to 1 run or less and going 7 innings in 7 straight starts. That's the longest streak by a Tiger pitcher of that kind since 1919.
Wow.
Here's the 0-2. Popped him up. Should get him out of the inning here. Jason Kipnis calling for it. Tigers pick up 3 more. We go to the bottom of the second, 4-0 Detroit. Progressive Field, and the Indians already down 4-0. Travis Hafner, Carlos Santana, and Kosuke Fukudome will come to bat against Justin Verlander. Hafner 4 for 10 in the first 2 games of this series, and in his career a very respectable .286 batting average against Verlander. A couple of homers and 10 runs batted in. He's also walked 8 times.
Well, Verlander, believe it or not, has made 15 starts this year after a Tigers loss. He is 10-3 in those starts. All of those 10 wins are coming after a 1-game losing streak, though, for the Tigers. He's had 3 starts after multiple losses, and he is 0-3. But they've staked him to a 4-0 lead. And Tommy was telling me before the game that he had 2 other chances in this streak of 13 games that Tigers haven't won in this ballpark, that he had 3-0 leads here and hasn't been able to hold them.
Now the 1-1. Jim Leland, his manager, made the observation after Verlander threw his no-hitter against Toronto this year that he said from his perspective, and he said just his opinion, but he said he thinks that Verlander is starting to go from, elite pitcher to the next level, to, one of the greats of the game, because he said the thing that he notices is how his demeanor is starting to change. No longer the bull in the china shop on the mound, but a very calm demeanor. And he said during that no-hitter, he was just noticeably so calm the entire ball game. And he said that's to him telling him that this guy is starting to go where very few pitchers have ever gone before.
Well, they're calling him up to the next league, and they can do that because I'll tell you, the kind of year he's having, you look at his numbers, it's a special year.
Fastball just missed, and it's a full count. Hafner, then Carlos Santana. Following will be Kosuke Fukudome here in the second. Payoff pitch, and he got him with a changeup. Take a look at our trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. Two players have hit their 500th career home run in Cleveland. We'll have the answer coming up a little bit later in the game. Carlos Santana drives the ball to deep right field. Back is Ordonez, going to watch this sail out of here. Well, Carlos Santana, with his 18th home run of the year, gets the Indians on the board. Baseball, as I mentioned before, being a game of redemption. And Santana saying, I'll make up for that error. Even though he wasn't charged with the error. Well, he charges one out of here.
Good for him, man. That's what you do. You come back, you respond, and he sees the first pitch from Verlander. And I'll tell you what, he juices a low heater. And that is his 18th home run. This home run replay brought to you by Great Clips. Great needs, great deeds, great clips. And Santana, good swing and high and deep. And if you level on a ball from Verlander, he hit it out. So the Indians on the board. It's now 4-1 in the 16th home run that Verlander has allowed this year.
Kosuke Fukudome looks at a ball outside. Takes a strike to even the count at 1-1. Now the 1-1. Foul that back out of play. Indians have now homered in 11 of their last 12 games.
The only one they didn't homer in was the 14-inning jobber, right?
And he's out looking at an off-speed pitch. Third K for Verlander. And there are two down here in the second inning.
Well, watch this pitch on the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. Curveball down in it right there at the middle. Tough one to hit. 79 miles per hour. Fastball gets in there about 95, 96.
Now, Fukudome obviously thinking it was low.
That's a good pitch. You see it, now you see it, now you don't.
Two down for Shelley Duncan. Outside corner, a called strike. Duncan 1 for 4 in the series so far. And it's quickly 0-2. Two-strike pitch. Slider got him swinging. And Verlander with 3 strikeouts here in the second. But the Indians get on the board as Carlos Santana launches his 18th home run of the year. It's 4-1 Detroit. to stay tuned later in the game to see our Miller taste great in this moment. Maglio Ordonez takes a strike. Sacrifice fly his first time up.
On a beautiful play by Fukudome.
And it's 0-2. Ordonez out on 3 pitches to start the third. First strikeout for Fausto. Let's check in right now with Katie Witham. She's got more on Lou Marson, who's behind the dish with Carmona on the hill tonight.
Yeah, Matt, it's Marson's second straight night behind the dish back there. And what Tim Belcher, Indians pitching coach, told me he likes best about him being back there is not only does he always use his entire body, but he does a great job receiving certain pitches in a quiet way. Now, the big thing, though, with Marson being behind the plate is he really makes his pitcher get aggressive with the fastballs. And Belcher told me that has been especially helpful with Fausto lately, guys.
Yeah, Fausto, I mean, he's basically, his fastball is that two-seamer, the sinker. And he has to throw that and throw it for strikes if he's going to be successful.
Cabrera, line drive deep left over the head of Duncan. And he's going to turn and head for second. Duncan's throw off line, and Cabrera slides in safely with a one-out double. His second of the series, 32nd of the year.
Well,
again, location.
Well, yeah, that one was down, and this guy, he makes adjustments, and he can hit a pitch anywhere. And that one was coming down and in, and he just rakes it off the wall. Might have had a chance if it was on line, but a tough play because it ricocheted off the wall. So Cabrera slides in with a double and a one-out double. So they have opportunities. That error got him started in the first by Chisenhall with a base runner, then a one-out single by Peralta last inning, and now a one-out double.
Victor Martinez flied to right, his first time up. Takes a fastball for strike one. Pushed him back. It's 1-1. White Sox out to a 4-0 lead over Baltimore in the second inning tonight. Chicago lost to the Orioles last night, so they started the evening 4 games off the pace, 2 games behind the Indians. Down in the dirt, 2-1.
Send along a happy 93rd birthday today to Edith Krackenberger from Circleville, Ohio. Another Martha Conlon is celebrating her 93rd. Alice Johnson turning 88 today. Happy birthday, ladies.
One pitch. Missed with it. 3 balls and a strike. The Indians have beaten the Tigers 13 straight times here at Progressive Field. And in 9 of those 13 games, the Tigers have had the lead. The 3-1 pitch to Victor Martinez, and it's ball 4. Carmona has walked his second. 2 on with 1 out, and Johnny Peralta coming to the plate. Minor league report tonight brought to you by Kia. Eric Berger, the mustachioed one, Southpaw last night went 2 innings out of the bullpen, struck out 3, and a pretty good run right now.
I think that's a relative of Raleigh fingers.
It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Some way, shape, or form, he's got to be related. I love that look.
Peralta, broken bat single his first time up. Looks at a ball inside. Carmona, just over 50 pitches now in the game. Two and 0.
Yeah, he's starting to fall behind some hitters now. Happy 75th to Dean New of Perry, Ohio. And happy birthday to Carol Prideaux, who has been a fan since 1936.
Peralta awaiting the pitch. And a called strike. 2 and 1. Johnny with that base hit in the second inning, 2 for 6 in the series. Threw it by him, and it's 2 and 2. Almost the same identical pitch that he threw before. Now Carmona ready with the 2-2. Bounce towards third. It's in the hole. Cabrera will get the stop sign, and the bases are loaded.
You know, he left the pitch a little more out. You see, he tied him up when he threw one inside, but this pitch is out over the plate a little more and allows Peralta to extend the arms. You see that ball down and away, gets the ball off the barrel head of the bat. And again, he gets the ground ball, but it finds a hole, and that's what happens sometimes when you're a sinker ball pitcher. You get your ground balls, they're not at your infielders, and they start finding holes. So now Carmona's given up 5 hits, and he's in a heap of trouble again. Bases loaded, just 1 out, and you cannot afford to give up any more when you're facing a guy like Verlander. He desperately needs a double play ball.
Carlos Guillen walked and scored his first time up. Tops 1 foul.
Yeah, he needs one of those ground balls to find his infielders.
Guillen playing in just his 21st game, coming back from that microfracture knee surgery. Liner right at Kipnis. The flip to second. It's a double play, and Carmona gets out of a bases loaded jam here in the third. Jason Kipnis with a nice grab and a backhanded flip, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. Still 4-1 Detroit. Lonnie Chisenhall, Lou Marson, and Ezekiel Carrera due up here for the Indians. Chisenhall slices it foul, out of play. Justin Verlander made his major league debut here on July 4th, 2005, just 1 year after the Tigers drafted him out of Old Dominion. Tigers general manager Dave Dombrowski told me before the game that before Verlander made that start, he told him, look, we're going to bring you to the big leagues. I want you to pitch. I don't want you to just go out there and throw. I want you to pitch. Use all your pitches. Verlander in that start against the Indians got rocked in the first inning for 3 runs. They had a couple of doubles off of him, and he threw nothing but fastballs. So after the ball game, in which Verlander went 5 1/3 innings, Dombrowski said, what happened to what we talked about pitching? He said, I had to see it to believe it. I didn't think they could hit 97, 98, 99. But he goes, now that I saw that big league hitters can hit fastballs if you're in the middle of the plate, he goes, now I get it. Now I understand. And Dave was saying that that's one of the reasons that he's never been shy about bringing young players up early, because he said you can tell them over and over again. But in most cases, they need to experience it for themselves for it to really sink in, and then they understand, okay, now I get it. Now I understand what you're talking about.
Totally makes sense, because you can go down at every level. And, you know, when you're as good as he was being the #1 draft pick, you never see failure, you know, or any.
He was blowing away Double-A at the time.
I mean, guys don't have a chance. And you're thinking, you know, well, wait a minute, I'm the cat's meow here. They're not going to hit this.
They're not going to hit my fastball.
Right. My fastball might be a little different than someone else's. And that's a good point. You know, it's not how hard you throw. These guys they'll make adjustments. But it did happen early. You say they scored 3 in the first.
And he's been a quick study ever since.
That's what makes this game so tough. You know, he's been a tremendous pitcher, and I can see what you said earlier, what Leland said, that his attitude is a different level this year, moving him to an elite class. I can see that, because there is a calm about him on the mound. I mean, we were out in California when he pitched that no-hitter. That was on the Kentucky Derby day, and we were sitting there watching the Derby, watching him pitch it against Toronto, and I'll tell you what, he was nice and relaxed and smooth, and nothing bothered him.
Missed outside there, and the count goes full. 3-2 to Lou Marson. Next pitch will be number 30 for Verlander. Santana's solo homer in the second got the Indians on the board. And the payoff pitch fouled out of play.
You know, when you're throwing 97, and he can come at you with a hook, and who'd he throw the changeup to strike him out for strike 3? It was Hafner. Yeah, Hafner. I mean, when you he'll throw that in a 3-2 count. I mean, you can only look fastball and just react to the other pitches, and he could make you look silly as a hitter.
The 3-2 to Marson again. Upstairs, ball 4. So he's walked his first, and the Indians have a 1-out base runner now for Ezekiel Carrera.
And that's what you have to do with when you get opportunities, because he doesn't give up many base runners.
Once again, let's check in with Katie Witham.
Tomorrow, Minnesota Twins are in town. You want to make sure to get your tickets. We've got half-price student ID night for all you college and high school students, and Elvis-themed fireworks presented by Discount Drug Mart. Go to Indians.com and get your tickets now, guys.
Thanks, Katie. 1 on, 1 out. Carrera lined to left his first time up. And he looks at the ball outside.
Yeah, Verlander has the lowest opposition BA against. 187 coming into today's game.
Popped him up right behind the dish. Avila. 2 down. That's going to bring up Jason Kipnis. He flied to deep left his first time up. I like what Manny Actis said about Jason Kipnis after the game last night.
Dirtbag.
Affectionately calling him a dirtbag. Said he'll run through a wall for you. He's got that kind of mentality and that intensity that you love to see in a young ball player.
That's just being a baseball player is what it is.
In addition to those notes, the first rookie to ever have 5 hits, 4 runs scored, 3 driven in. And the last 3 guys to do that in the big leagues, all second basemen. Dustin Pedroia and Ian Kinsler, the other 2.
Pretty good second baseman. Now,
yeah.
Those guys, let me ask you, Pedroia and Kinsler, Arizona State products at one time, right?
There
Where'd this
go.
kid come from?
There you go.
Let's go one
that
step farther.
Swing and a miss, it's 2-1. Pretty good pipeline right there indeed. 2-0 looking fastball, and this is what makes him very good. It goes with the changeup.
Well, that's okay. A little bit out in front. He had a good swing at it. He ought to be arrested for that. It's illegal.
Spun him out of there. 3 balls and a strike. Two down, a runner at first. Three 1 pitch. Strike called. He thought it was ball 4.
Well, I think Verlander wanted one earlier in the at-bat. He didn't get it. Now it's 3-1, and let's take a look at this one. On the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, that one might have been a little off, but he gets it. So now you're all even.
Marson will take off at first on the 3-2 pitch to Kipnis. And it's ball 4.
That's a good at-bat. This kid, I'm amazed at his eye at the plate. He impresses me, man. He's got a really good eye up there at the strike zone. That's a tough pitch to lay off, but he does, and he draws the walk. So it's 2 walks in the inning. Now is when you take advantage of it. He's giving you 2 base runners. Or you would like to take advantage of it. Let me put it that way.
Well, Asdrubal Cabrera will have that opportunity. Struck out his first time up. Asdrubal, 5 for 31 in his career against Verlander with a dozen strikeouts.
Well, he strikes out. He's got 190 on the season.
Here's the pitch, and it's inside, ball 1. How about the guy in the red shirt? Is he trying out to be a referee?
No, legal procedure. Yeah.
What's he doing?
Somebody take the battery out of him.
Here's the 1-0. And a strike at the knees.
Change up, down and away. He started him off 4-seam fastball.
Ooh, I don't know.
Well, it's not a good pitch to swing at, that's for sure. That's why he took it. I mean, it's going to be a tough one to hit. Oh, nasty pitch. Then you come back with the breaking ball away. You know, fastball in, a little changeup. You're not looking for one that starts outside and comes in. He may go middle or one down, but look at him just down and away. Wow.
Two on, 2 out, 1-2 pitch. And a breaking ball hit to right field. Down the line it goes. Ordonez trying to cut it off. Marson will score. Coming around third, Kipnis. He's coming home. Throw, not in time. Asdrubal Cabrera with a 2-out, 2-run double to the right field corner. And it's a 1-run game at 4-3.
I'll tell you what, great job by Cabrera. They take advantage of the 2 walks with 2 outs, and Kipnis can go ahead and take off on the 2-out ball. As soon as you see contact, it's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. That breaking ball he left middle in, Cabrera makes him pay. And it gets all the way to the wall by the time Ordonez can get it. Kipnis off and running and had a good jump. So now the Tribe back in it. A 2-out double, scoring 2, makes it a 4-3 ball game for Cabrera, his 67th and 68th ribby. And that's how you take advantage of the 2 walks with 2 outs.
And now Travis Hafner with a chance to bring Cabrera home and tie the game. And looks at a strike. Hafner struck out his first time up. Hafner looks at a ball outside. It's 1-1. This crowd really into it right now. 1-1 pitch to Hafner. And he shoots it out of play.
Tough pitch to catch up to.
See if Verlander goes to that changeup again. In the dirt, Hafner able to lay off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Went to the breaking ball instead of the changeup. But as you said, when a guy's throwing 97, you've got to start your swing. You just hope you can hold up if it's out of the strike zone.
That's why he throws that breaking ball for you. He wants you to swing at it because he knows once you get started, it's tough to hold up. But Hafner was able to hold up there. You know, the one thing that helps the Indians is he's in the division. They face him a lot. You know, and the White Sox have beaten him a number of times because they face him. I mean, guys that go out there that don't face him, they have no chance.
2-2 ripped fouled on the left side. 98 miles an hour.
I got to tell you, this is fun right now. There's a lot of people in the house, and they're excited, man. The Tribe's back into this. He's fouling off a pitch here, and it's this changed the tune, man. The Cabrera two-run double.
Cabrera, the tying run at second base, the 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. And the inning is over. But Cabrera's 2-out, 2-run double has the Indians within a run at 4-3. We go to the 4th inning. Alex Avila, Wilson Betamete, and Austin Jackson due up for Detroit, as Fausto Carmona will try to get his team right back in the dugout. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you tonight, joined now by Indians team president Mark Shapiro at a press conference before the game today, this afternoon, and talking about the snow days coming back, and also another really big important announcement that inside of snow days, we're going to have a big-time college hockey game here.
Yeah, first one in the history of the state of Ohio, outdoor collegiate hockey. Michigan, Ohio State right there from home plate to first base. The Frozen Diamond face-off.
I like it.
That will take place when?
It'll take place January 15th at 5:05 p.m. It'll be I think it'll be the explanation point at the end of another successful snow days.
Oh, I like it. 1 pitch, 1 out, or 2 pitches, 1 out.
That's what you need right after you put up a couple runs right there. You need to come right back and shut them down.
Snopening Day will be
day after Thanksgiving, which is on a Thursday this year. Thanksgiving
again. I thought so. He's coming in tomorrow.
So we're excited about it. Snow days this year. We're going to run the batter horn a little different. It's not going to come down off the right field bleachers. It's going to come off the home run porch across the outfield, and still have the frozen mile. What a great opportunity to take a building that would be dormant, would be dark, get people into downtown Cleveland, opportunity to create memories and bring people into this building, and the energy and excitement it was special last year. I think with the hockey game, with what that rivalry of Michigan Ohio State brings out, with the avidity of their fans, I think we've got a really unique opportunity to provide both a sporting event and entertainment event throughout that holiday period, and then really, climax on the 15th of January with the hockey game.
So you learned a lot from that first year of snow days from last year, and you making just a few minor adjustments?
Yeah, we do. Listen, it was the first time anything like that has been done anywhere. Not here, anywhere. So we did learn a lot. We think we've got a chance to make some improvements upon it this year. But, being out here with my kids and ice skating across –
You didn't skate, did you?
I did skate.
Oh,
I did. Yeah, that's one of the added enhancements this year. You get to watch me ice skate. Do that on the outfield grass with the Christmas lights and the music going was something that was pretty special.
Betamete strikes out, 2 down here in the 4th.
Fausto.
Love it. Keep it going.
Great sign for a pitcher to come back after your team scores run and shut down the team.
Mark, with the hockey game and the configuration of the ballpark, how many will you be able to seat for the hockey game?
So we can seat just about the same number, maybe a few less than we can seat for a baseball game. And I tell you, the University of Michigan folks today that were here issued quite a challenge to the Ohio State folks.
There you go.
Attaway. They think they're going to bring a full complement of fans here. And this place will be packed with scarlet and red and maize and blue.
And tickets go on sale in November?
In early November, yeah.
All right. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to come by, especially for a 1-2
You love that.
like that.
You love
I
that.
never get that. That's awesome. When I talk about snow days, I get that.
For stopping by. Going to be a fun winter here at Progressive Field with the return of snow days. And also, it will the whole thing will culminate with the Frozen Diamond face-off between the Ohio State
Mark
Buckeyes.
Stayed here for 2 minutes, and now he wants to take off. And I mean, unbelievable. I remember he used to come in and visit for an inning.
There were some times where he was here for a half an inning, and it probably seemed like an eternity to him.
He doesn't like us anymore. I'll tell you what, though, I'm happy because it was a 1-2-3 inning, and that's exactly what Fausto had to do.
He needed that. Here's Carlos Santana, who started the Indians scoring with a solo blast to right his first time up.
Well, that kid can hit a fastball, and he did right there. That was home run number 18. He gave it a ride.
Takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Santana pops it right back to us.
Oh, we don't get many up here.
Just above our head. There are a lot of things that are just above our head, including that baseball.
Oh, I'm taking some flack from the zoo.
Yeah, they said you should have jumped.
When I was younger, I might have been able to. They want me to jump, but not for the ball out of the booth.
Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Topper over toward the Tiger dugout. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Carlos Santana here in the bottom of the 4th inning. And a big bouncer behind the bag. Cabrera will feed Verlander for out number 1. Let's go back to the studios for an in-game update. Here's Al Pawlowski.
Hey, Matt, Rick, the White Sox out to an early lead tonight in Baltimore as they take a 6-0 lead over the O's. Here, Alexei Ramirez with a 2-run homer in the first. Baltimore, though, has put up 3 in the bottom of the 3rd to cut it in half. 6-3 now. White Sox over the O's, 4th inning in Baltimore. Back to you.
Kosuke Fukudome called out on strikes his first time up. Verlander fires. And that's 1-1. A little bit outside, 2 balls and a strike. High fly ball, left field, Ryan Rayburn. 2 down. Tonight after the game on Browns Training Camp Daily, Andre Knott, Doug Deacon, and Sam Rutigliano will hear from Browns head coach Pat Shurmur on how much time the starters will see Saturday against the Packers. And Andre will talk one-on-one with Usama Young. It's all coming up on Browns Training Camp Daily. Browns Packers Saturday night on Channel 3. Shelley Duncan with a long drive to center, but back goes Austin Jackson, and he will make the catch to end the inning. Tribe goes 1, 2, 3, and we go to the fifth. Detroit on top 4-3. By United, proud to fly the Cleveland Indians, and by Panini's. Go to paninisgrill.com for their new food and drink menu and a location near you. Top of the fifth, 4-3 in favor of Detroit. Ryan Rayburn 0 for 2 will lead off. Looks at a ball down low. Foul tipped into the glove. And it's 1-1.
Some more birthdays. Annie Stanczak of Lorraine is 87. Mary Gallus of North Ridgeville, 86.
Swing and a miss.
That's the pitch that if Fausto could ever command, that little slider, and get some tilt to it. A lot of times when he throws it, it's a flat slider. But he has had back-to-back sliders that could make it a lot tougher on right-handed hitters. There you go, another one. He's got to make sure it has tilt to it, you know, where you stay above it. Maybe it's his arm slot or something because of the sinker, where that ball just takes off so much and his slider stays up. There
Swing and a miss. He got him with a good sinking fastball, ran right in on his thumbs.
You throw a couple of those ones that are going away from you, then all of a sudden you throw the one coming back in. They don't have any idea of the plate coverage there. I mean, you're coming back. Look at it on the Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. That comes in, and he couldn't get his hands out in front, the movement on that pitch. So the slider certainly helped that at bat out.
Maglio Ordonez struck out his last time up. Ordonez drove in a run in the first with a sacrifice fly. He lined the ball to right field, and Kosuke Fukudome made a terrific diving catch. That was an unearned run that scored in the first, and then the Tigers came back with 3 in the second.
See, the good hitters, like an Ordonez or an experienced hitter, they're not going to chase that slider away until they get to 2 strikes. They may swing at a hanger or one they leave up in the zone, but that one that was a good slider. That's one you want to see with 2 strikes.
Line to right again. Fukudome chasing back. He's got it, 2 away.
Well, enjoy a day or night at the ballpark with family and friends with the KeyBank Grand Slam 4-pack. You'll get 4 tickets, food, 4 Indians caps, and a parking pass. Everything you need in one easy, affordable package. Visit Indians.com for your Grand Slam 4-pack today.
With 2 down, Miguel Cabrera steps in. He doubled the left his first time up. He chased after a ball in the dirt. Even the good hitters go up guessing once in a while, don't they?
Well, he hit that one pitch down and in the last time up, but this one just, I think it was a changeup that disappeared.
Swung on and missed. It's 0-2.
And then he swung at 2 balls, which is
don't see that very often from
no,
him, do
you don't. I mean, he's followed it up, back-to-back changeups. You know, when you get a guy like this that goes up there and helps you out the first 2 pitches, that's a good thing. But, you know, he's still a good 2-strike hitter.
Swung on and missed. He got him. All 3 out of the strike zone. Cabrera's fishing pole couldn't get deep enough in the water. 4 strikeouts for Carmona. Tigers go run 2-3. Field, Indians with 3 unanswered runs to claw within a run of the Tigers now at 4-3. Lonnie Chisenhall, Lou Marson, and Ezekiel Carrera. And this was the part of the lineup that got the Indians rolling in that 3rd inning.
Well, it's the walks.
The 2 walks.
Well, I mean, Verlander doesn't give up many hits. That's why anytime you get a base runner, you have to take advantage of it. The first one, Santana hit a home run. Okay, there's 1 hit. The only other hit they have was a 2-out double by Cabrera, but he walked 2 guys prior to that. And that paid dividends for the offense.
Chisenhall fouls it back out of play.
I mean, the formula that they've had against Verlander in the past is you try to get him to throw a lot of pitches, you know, and work that pitch count. This guy's good for 120 every game. He's a big horse, and I mean, on that 120th pitch, he can still throw it 100 miles an hour, darn near. But you want to just stay alive and make him work as much as possible. He's at 65 pitches. We're in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
And because of what you just described, that's a big reason why the Tigers locked him up. Big curveball missing. Tigers signed him to a 5-year, $80 million deal this past February. Another curveball missing badly. And the count is full at 3-2.
He got underneath those curveballs, maybe trying to throw them a little too hard.
Payoff pitch, line to left, a base hit for Chisenhall. Rayburn over to cut it off. Lonnie with a wide turn, but he'll hold with a leadoff single.
Yeah, there you go. He took a little bit off the fastball to throw for a strike, and he stayed on it. He just served it to left field. He took like a half swing. That's a good pitch, but that's a better swing because it was elevated a little bit, made it a little bit easier for him to go to left field. So serves it out there, gets the third hit, and the leadoff man aboard.
And now Lou Marson, who had a good at-bat his first time up and drew the walk that started the
He'll be
rally.
bunting here. He'll be bunting here.
Boy, quick throw over.
He has got quick feet. You got to be careful. He is quick to first, and I think that's exactly what Sandy's telling Chisenhall. Hey, get your lead and stay put, pal.
Of course, the first time the Indians faced Detroit, Lonnie was not with the club, so he's getting a first-hand look at Verlander here tonight. Lou with a liner just beyond the reach of Guillen. And Chisenhall's going to have to hurry to get to second, and they punch him out. Oh, my.
That was bad base running right there by Chisenhall. You know, he didn't know if Guillen was going to catch the ball. He ended up stopping. That should be a base hit for Marson. Instead, you see, he takes off, but he gets caught. And he started running back to first and then tripped and couldn't get it restarted again. Just not very good base running right there. I'm not saying it was an easy play, but he's got to find a way to get to second base. So you take away a base hit from Lou Marson, it goes 9-6, I believe, on the putout.
And now Ezekiel Carrera 0 for 2.
Boy, oh boy, it's tough to make mistakes against a guy like this. You're not going to get many opportunities.
Next pitch will be number 70 for Verlander tonight. Wilson Bettemy in on the grass at third. Cabrera holding Marson at first. And he shortened the bunt but took a pitch right down the pike for a strike. It's 1-1. Lou back with a dive easily. Pushes him back off the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Coming in with a fastball.
He hasn't thrown a strike in there. That's why the left-handers, they don't have to swing at that pitch because he hasn't proven that he can throw it for a strike. I mean, it's an effective pitch because he can go away with something else. But if he was throwing that for a strike, he would be that much tougher. He just hasn't thrown it for a strike yet.
And on the 3-1 pitch, Carrera takes full count.
It's the 5th full count for Verlander tonight.
Runner goes, payoff pitch, swing and a miss. Throw is high, and in with a steal is Lou Marson, his second on the year.
How about that? You don't think you're going to start the runner because you're banking that Carrera is going to hit the ball. Instead, Lou Marson gets the stolen base.
Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Tigers jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Then Carlos Santana with a solo homer in the second. And Asdrubal Cabrera a 2-out, 2-run double in the third to cut it to 4-3. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Well, Jason Kipnis coming up here with a runner at second and 2 down. And he fouls it right back. That phrase is becoming more and more popular with his success. We are all Kipnises. Come kind of playing off the we are all witnesses during the LeBron era.
Well, everyone will if he continues to play
right.
the way he has played. I'll tell you that. I am a Kipnis.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled back. Our great clip of the game from last night. One of the 5 hits he had, a 2-run homer, his 6th already on the year. Relax. You're at Great Clips. You keep swinging the bat like that, and there'll be a Super Joe Charbonneau-like song coming up. Although good luck coming up with a song that you can rhyme something.
Somebody will.
They'll figure it out, won't they?
A rapper will. You got it.
Verlander trying to get on the same page with Avila. Now he waves him out with his glove.
Yeah, they're just talking about how they want to go about getting him out. 0-2 count. I mean, first base is open. Not that he wants to walk him by any means, but I mean, he could go ahead and throw a pitch to set up the 1-2 pitch or the 2-2 pitch. They're just going over how he wants to go about getting him out. And now they don't even put a sign down.
Breaking ball in the dirt. And there's that eye you were talking about with Kipnis able to lay off. Asdrubal Cabrera was down on the count 1-2 when he hit the 2-run double. Now the 1-2 to Kipnis. He strikes him out to end the inning. 7 Ks for Verlander. And we'll go to the 6th. Detroit by a run. $1 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. 4-3 Detroit. 6th inning. Interesting to note that as we start the 6th, Fausto Carmona has made 76 pitches. Justin Verlander, 78.
Well, Fausto has 15 swings and misses in the game, but in the last inning, he threw 12 pitches and 7 of them swings and misses. So that was a very good inning for him, considering that his last out was Cabrera that had 3 of them.
Victor flied to right his first time up, drew a walk back in the 3rd. And with Martinez at the plate, Jason Kipnis is a good 5 to 7 yards out on the outfield grass in right field.
Well, that's okay with the speed of Martinez. You can afford to play that deep.
He could field a ground ball, run to first, and still beat him there.
Oh, Victor Matt said that.
He's got a bad knee. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. Three balls and a strike. Pop back out of play. Full count.
Some more birthday wishes. Ruth Weinstein of Lima is turning 85. Esther Johnson of Homeworth, Ohio, 84. Molly Donahue is 48. And Merlin and Alice King of Shelby, Ohio, celebrating their 60th anniversary. So happy birthday to each and everyone out there. Oh, and I forgot Mike Demchek of Strongsville, your birthday today.
Well, you got them all in. You had a bunch tonight.
Yeah, that was a ton.
Victor Martinez, 4th in the American League in batting average, coming in tonight. Pops this one straight up. Duncan in from left. Called off by Carrera. 1 away. Once again, the AT&T trivia question tonight. We'll have the answer. 2 players, 500 career homers here in Cleveland. Babe Ruth back in 1929. That was at Old League Park.
Wow, look at those 2 names.
And Ted Williams.
Pretty good. 31 years apart.
Johnny Peralta 2 for 2, couple of singles and a run scored.
Fausto's slider tonight has been as good as I've seen it, because a lot of times it's flat, but when he's missed down in the strike zone or he's missed off the plate. And that's exactly how he has to pitch with it. But they're not going to swing at it early in the count. They're looking for that sinker coming in on their hands. Another one. See, Marson gets with him. He works him. I like the way Lou makes Fausto work. He challenged him to get that slider. He's thrown a couple of very good changeups, and of course he's mixed in. But his best pitch is the 2-seamer. Coming now with the 2-seamer away.
A little bit low. 2 balls and a strike.
See, there's been games where Fausto has that thing when he spins off and he gets carried away and he's overthrown, where that ball goes up and into right. He's missing tonight. Just missing. You know, he's off the plate. He's pitching tonight.
That missed down low, and it's 3-1 now for Johnny Peralta. with Carlos Guillen waiting on deck. We're in the 6th. Detroit leading by a run. Strike called outside corner, full count. Seems like everything in this at bat to Peralta has been away. And he wants that fastball away again. And
Nice
Johnny
pitch.
Weekly taps it back to the mound.
Nice
Two
pitch.
strikes he had to protect. And that is out number 2. You know, he took that pitch early in the at bat, but with 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's right. You go to the sequence. He just misses with a slider, then comes back with another one for a strike. Misses with a little sinker. Missed with another one, but comes back with a fastball away right on the edge and another fastball that might have been off the plate. As you mentioned, he took it earlier, but with 2 strikes, you know you're not going to let the umpire ring you up, so you swing at it.
Carlos Guillen, a swing and a miss. He might have had the at bat that changed this game, because in the top of the 3rd, with Detroit already leading 4-1, he's up with the bases loaded and only 1 out. And he smoked the line drive to Jason Kipnis, who flipped it to Cabrera for an inning-ending double play.
Yeah.
And the Indians came right back and scored 2 runs.
He needed that. You're right. That was the play for Fausto. I think that's what kicked him in gear. And then after that, they come in and they scored a couple of runs.
Yeah, so if that
big change in the game, big turnaround.
That ball finds a hole, and who knows what happens.
Lights out.
Now the 1-1. That's driven deep right field. Fukudome watching, hits the wall. He plays it well. Here's the throw, but it's offline, and sliding in safely is Guillen with a 2-out double. Well, rather now than back in that 3rd inning.
You know, their second extra base hit, 2 doubles, and that one just missed going out. Fukudome played it well off the wall. That ball was hit hard. He left that one middle of the plate. That one stayed up. And it does not miss by much. About halfway up the wall at the 375-foot sign. He gets it in a hurry, but not before Guillen can get into second base. So a 2-out double gives Detroit an opportunity now with 2 outs.
And Alex Avila, who I told you earlier, hitting .286 on the year with runners in scoring position, had an RBI single back in the 2nd. Grounded to first his last time up. And looks at ball 1. Big bouncer towards first once again. Santana the flip, and Carmona's out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It remains 4-3 Detroit. Drupal Cabrera, Travis Hafner, and Carlos Santana. Justin Verlander starts the bottom of the sixth at 78 pitches on the night. The third is when the Indians scored 2 runs when he walked 2 batters in the inning. Ball 1 to Asdrubal Cabrera. Took a vicious cut. Came up empty, and it's 1-1. Breaking ball, fouled over toward the Tiger dugout. And now Asdrubal down on the count, 1-2. And this is where he was back in that third inning. And he got the breaking ball, and he stayed right on it and pulled it down the right field line.
Well, Cabrera's a good low ball hitter, and that breaking ball came down, but it was middle of the plate. He didn't get it away. So he tried the other route this time with that changeup down, and he didn't get him to chase.
The 2-2 up high. Manny Acta has been limited to signaling tonight. He can't talk. He's literally lost his voice. Went in to talk to him before the ball game, and he could barely whisper, and he said, I don't know what happened. I just woke up and it was gone.
He just did that because you came in to talk to him. He didn't want to talk to you.
No, he did not. 3-2 pitch, struck him out looking. Asdrubal can't believe it, and he's beefing with Mark Carlson at the plate. And you can see Mark Carlson reading his lips saying, nope, it's a good pitch, and Manny Acta wants to get him out of there. Can't afford to have him tossed.
Well,
That's
he
8
can't
strikeouts
talk. Manny can't talk anyway, so it
right.
doesn't matter. You know what? He's not giving the inside pitch to the pitchers tonight. He has given a little away. Now, if you go back and you see the first pitch in that at-bat to Cabrera, which I thought was a good pitch, he didn't get it. Now he gets that one. Now as a hitter, you're upset because you think that one's down and away a little bit. So, you know, umpires have their zones. He's not calling an inside pitch tonight for any of them.
Well, Travis Hafner is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts tonight.
You know, go back to that first pitch in this at-bat. Here you go. Here's the first pitch. Now, there it is. That's a strike to me. He didn't get that one, but he gets the one away.
Breaking ball down low. Curveball, and it's in there for a strike. It's 1-2. He looked like he flinched, Mark Carlson. And at 97 miles an hour, just missed. It's 2-2 for Hafner.
Coming in with the Express.
Full count. Another full count.
Well, he'll go back to probably that changeup again. He did in the first at-bat, 3-2. I believe he struck him out on a changeup in his second at-bat. So he's gone down twice on changeups. So you figure back in Hafner's mind, he's got to be thinking about it, doesn't he?
Pitch number 90 on the night for Verlander. Let's see what he goes to. He threw it in the dirt, ball 4.
He went with the heater. Well, you don't want to miss out on a chance for you and a guest to watch a game with Mike Hargrove from the Hargrove Suite here at Progressive Field. Tickets are only $20, and 5 winners will be drawn. Stop by the Indians charity table behind section 153 at any home game and purchase your raffle tickets.
There they are in Grover's Suite tonight, having a ball. Carlos Santana homered in the second, bounced out to first base his last time up. Swung on and missed. First pitch changeup, and it's 0-1. Hafner at first with one out. That'll even the count, 1-1 strike.
You know, he's not going to see a fastball to hit for his strike, a good one. He may see a fastball up in the zone. He may see a fastball in, but I think Verlander's going to go at him with a lot of the changeups and the curveballs. Force him to beat him that way. Oh.
There's a fastball driven to deep center. Jackson back on the track at the wall. He leaps and makes a great catch. And now Hafner has to beat it all the way back to the bag.
Can't believe it.
That was a dynamite play by Austin Jackson to take extra bases away from Carlos Santana. I don't know that it would have gotten out of here, but it was near the top of the fence.
No, it was not have been a home run, but it's a beautiful play, and I'll tell you, I'm surprised he threw Santana fastball, and watch this. I mean, he gives it a bolt. Straight away center field. Santana thought he got it, but this guy in center field can go get him, and it was close. It would have been close. He is a terrific center fielder. He can go get him, and that's an out, and Hafner was all the way around second base. Had to retouch and get back. And he takes a hit away from Santana. Boy, oh boy, game would have been tied there at least.
Remember the last time the Indians faced Verlander in Detroit. He threw a 2-hit shutout against them, but early in the game, Shin-Soo Choo almost hit a home run to
Left
deep,
center.
just to the left of center, and it was Jackson who went up and made a great catch, very similar to that one.
I am shocked that he threw him a fastball to hit. Nice catch.
Up and in. Spun Fukudome out of there in a hurry. This was the one earlier in the year in Detroit, early in the game.
See, you talk about it and they get it. That guy is all over. And they need a great center fielder in that ballpark because that is a big yard to patrol.
Fukudome slaps it foul. Also, you know, you go back to a year ago. Remember, he made the great play on what at that time was still a no-hitter in the ball game for
Mark Gruzelanek hit that.
Galarraga.
Gruzelanek hit that ball to left center field. What was it, the second out in the ninth? It was either the first or the second out.
Two balls, two strikes. Two down with a runner at first in the 2-2. He's out looking. 9 strikeouts for Verlander. And we'll go to the 7th. Detroit still leads it by a run.
4-3. It is the top of the 7th inning. The Minnesota Twins come to town tomorrow, and we've got a lot planned for you on Saturday. Every fan that comes to the ballpark will receive a Mike Hargrove bobblehead. Sunday is KeyBank Kids Fun Day. Jungle Terry will be here with the Animal Show. Lots of other activities going on, and kids can stay to move it around the bases afterwards. Sponsored by the Cleveland Clinic. Check it all out online right now at Indians.com. Matt, Rick.
Seventh inning here at Progressive Field. Wilson Betemit leading off for Detroit, and Fausto Carmona misses outside for ball 1. Joe Smith is warming in the Indians bullpen. Carmona 94 pitches on the night. Verlander is just a couple shy of 100 himself. Check swing called a strike on the outside corner. It's 1-1. There is Joe Smith. "61 of Carmona's 96 pitches have been strikes tonight. Betemit doesn't like that one, and it's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. That's 5 for Carmona. Join Manny Acta and other celebrities for a party in the Parkies, 4th Street style. Thursday, August 25th from 5 to 10. Enjoy celebrity bowling, billiards, and a silent auction at Corner Alley. Free concerts, giveaways, and more on East 4th. Get involved, buy tickets, check it all out. Impactakids.org. Austin Jackson lays down a bunt. That's going to trickle foul.
Well, he had the suicide squeeze bunt back in the 2nd inning to add their 4th run. It was a job well done. You see the runner starting, and that's all you have to do is just get it out in front of the plate, put it in fair territory. Jackson did just that. Only play Carmona had was first base. He got the out, and it scored. That made it 4-0 at the time. That's the difference in the ball game.
Down low on the 100th pitch of the night for Carmona. Fouled back out of play. Struck him out looking. And that's 6 now for Carmona.
Another pitch that's going to be away. Marson sitting on the outside edge. Gets the call there. He is given the outside. Hitters don't like it, but boy, if you watch the game tonight, which I'm sure they have, they still don't like it.
Ryan Rayburn 0 for 3. And Carmona with a good fastball. 1-1 the count. Fausto was hanging by a string early in this game, but we talked about it. That double play ball that got him out of the third. He's been a different pitcher ever since.
Yes, he has. He has really settled down. After that double play ball, he's only given up one hit. And that was the double to Guillen.
And 5 of his 6 strikeouts have come since that double play, too. The 1-2. And Rayburn able to lay off. That good slider that Carmona has had working tonight. Now the 2-2. And he punches it into left center field for a base hit. And a 2-out base runner for Maglio Ordonez. He really ran this in on him.
Well, that's okay. Those pitches, he's glad he didn't see something running away. There's a pitcher comes in, it jams him. It gets down on the trademark, but he muscles it out into the outfield. Gets a 7th hit for the Tigers.
Maglio Ordonez tonight. An RBI in the first. With a sac fly, he has struck out and flied to right a second time. Now, you mentioned it before, the guys with experience, the veteran hitters, they've been able to lay off the slider early in the count.
That's because they're not looking for it. He hasn't proven enough to these guys that he can throw those pitches where they have to watch out for. So that's not the pitch they're concerned about early in the count. They're looking for one that they can hurt him with. Now, they may react and swing at a hanging slider, but the pitch that they're looking at is that sinker right there.
Marson sensing that Carmona has kind of lost it a little bit here, goes out for a quick chat. Falling behind with 2 pitches to Ordonez. Wants to get him back on point here and finish strong. Bounce to short. Cabrera will go to first, and will go to the bottom of the 7th, with the Tigers leading it 4-3, and it's time for the Cleveland Clinic 7th inning stretch. Indians fans, time to get up and let's move it. Levin Furniture, home of Sealy's Posturepedic mattress, made in Northeast Ohio. And by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement. Don't forget you can log on to PaninisGrill.com for their all-new food and drink menu. And that will help you find a location near you. Don Kelly has come on for Detroit defensively to take over in right field. Shelley Duncan, Lonnie Chisenhall, Lou Marson for the Indians here in the bottom of the 7th. Verlander's breaking ball up high for ball 1. This will be pitch number 100 for the Tigers right-hander.
Well, Verlander, I mean, he's thrown at least 100 pitches in every one of his starts, this being start number 26, and he has 14 consecutive where he has thrown above 110 pitches. And, you know, he's normally out there. He's thrown as many as 132 this year. But, you know, he's no stranger, and he still keeps the same velocity up over this pitch, you know, the 100 pitch mark as he does from pitch 1 or 2.
Breaking ball, and it's called a strike. And Duncan now voicing his displeasure with Mark Carlson, and he's pretty animated as well.
That's the breaking ball.
And now he rings him up. And Mark Carlson getting an earful from Duncan as he heads back to the dugout.
That's number 10 for Justin Verlander. That looked to me as it's the same pitch as the pitch before. Right there, he called the other one a strike. He calls that one a strike. I mean, that's why this guy now has 196 strikeouts, because he can throw some good pitches.
Lonnie Chisenhall looks at a ball. That's the pitch all night that he has not called. He's definitely giving benefit of the doubt away. Low and away, the strike zone looks to be a little bigger than normal. He's not giving him anything in. Chisenhall tattoos one to right, but it's right at Kelly. Just a little bit off the end of the bat. And that's out number 2. Cleveland Browns single game tickets are on sale now. Packers and Lions visit Cleveland during the preseason. The Dolphins, Titans, Seahawks, Rams, and Jaguars visit during the regular season, along with the division rivals. Bengals and Steelers are sold out. Visit clevelandbrowns.com or call 1-800-745-3000 for all the information. 2 down for Lou Marson. Lou walked and scored in the 3rd, and he lost a hit in the 5th inning on a bizarre play where he hit a ball right on the screws. It skipped past Carlos Guillen at second, but Lonnie Chisenhall, the runner at first, thought Guillen was going to catch it, and he stopped and went back toward first and couldn't beat the throw from the right fielder to second base. He was forced out, and that took the hit away from Marson. And now Lou down on the count 0-2.
Well, that at bat you're talking about, Matt, there it is. I mean, it's not an easy read by any means, but Guillen got past. He wanted to go back to first base, not get caught off, but in right field, Ordonez able to get it to second base at Peralta, and it cost Marson a hit, but that would have been first and second, nobody out.
Yep. Lou punches one toward right field. Coming on is Kelly, and he makes the running catch. Indians go 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. 4-3 Detroit. Indians 4-3, and Cleveland will go to the bullpen for the first time tonight. Brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Joe Smith coming on in relief of Fausto Carmona. Joe, for the 50th time this year, a 1.76 ERA. Carmona went 7 innings tonight. 4 runs on 7 hits. 3 of those runs were earned. Walked 2, struck out 6. And after he gave up those 4 runs, he shut out Detroit over the last 5 innings that he worked. Cabrera with a liner towards center. Carrera playing deep, able to race in and make the catch. 1 away.
Well, he smokes this low sinker. Goes into straightaway center field. And look at Carrera. Gets a jump, breaks in on it, and continues to run in. Makes a nice catch. Keep that leadoff man off base. Nice play by Carrera.
Victor Martinez 0 for 2 with a walk. In off the plate. See Victor shaking that left leg. That's the knee that he sprained a week ago Saturday. Missed inside, 2 balls and a strike. Tony Sipp now throwing in the Tribe pen. Martinez missed time earlier this year with a strained right groin. He was on the DL from April 19th through May the 4th. Bouncing ball up the middle. Cabrera from the outfield grass still throws out his former teammate and good friend. 2 down. Tonight's box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. You get a look at what the Tigers have done tonight. And most of that damage was done in the second inning. They had 3 hits and a walk and scored 3 runs against Fausto in the second. Other than that, he was pretty much dominant tonight. But the unearned run in the first is what really looms large in this 1-run game.
Well, that 4th run scored on a suicide squeeze.
Johnny Peralta 2 for 3, 2 singles and a run score. Goes right at him, and it's 2-1. Johnny shoots it foul. And the count is 2-2 with 2 down here in the 8th inning. And the Tribe down a run, 30,988. The paid attendance for the series finale. And they've witnessed a good one. The Indians up against the Tigers ace tonight. The 2-2. Swung on and missed. Joe Smith strikes out Peralta to end the top half of the 8th inning. And now we'll see if the Indians bats can rally again. 4-3 Detroit. Bottom of the 8th inning, Justin Verlander's night over after 7 innings and 108 pitches. And Joaquin Benoit coming on now for the Tigers. 48th appearance on the year. 3 up, 3 down, ERA of 4.19. He's pitched well lately. An ERA of just 2.22 in his last 31 appearances.
Well, he pitched in 2 innings in that first game of the series on Tuesday. He had a couple of strikeouts and zeros across the board. He's coming on to face the top part of the lineup. So this is where it all becomes fun now. Late in the ball game, the Indians have had a lot of success late in the ball game in this ballpark this year and against the Tigers in this ballpark for the last couple of years.
They rocked Benoit early in the season. Hopefully those bad memories are still with him as Ezekiel Carrera ran to the front of the box and swung and missed. It's funny, Jim Leyland said after the game last night, it's not about the standings, it's about where we are as a team right now. But you want to know how badly he wants this game tonight? He's got his closer already up in the bullpen with nobody out here in the 8th inning. Fastball, slicing foul, and out of play.
Well, if you're a hitter tonight, you've got to protect that down and away pitch, especially when you get to 2 strikes. That's where you see he fouled it off. You don't try and do much with it. You just try and foul it off and stay alive in hopes that he misses one on the plate.
Now the 0-2. Did he go?
Yeah.
He sure did, says third base umpire Eric Cooper. And that's the 11th strikeout for Tigers pitching here tonight. 1 down in the 8th.
There's your side view.
Boy, it didn't look like he went on that one. That looked like he held up, but he's out number 1, and now Jason Kipnis 0 for 2. Walked and scored back in the 3rd. There is the Tigers closer, Jose Valverde.
He has only pitched 1 time against the Indians this year. They've been able to have the lead and keep him out of the ball game. He has only 1 inning against them. And he has 32 saves on the year and has converted to 32 consecutive. So
outside 2-1.
You don't want to get to him, or at least let the Tigers have the lead when you get to him, because it's been a pretty special year. Look at it, he ties the team record with consecutive saves. That year that Hernandez had in 1984 was the MVP, or the Cy Young. It was a special year for him that year too, the year they won it.
2 balls, 2 strikes for Kipnis. Yeah, and let's face it, the closer's role was a whole different ball game back in '84 compared to what it is now.
Oh yeah, but he was a
good one.
Yes, he was. He had that special kind of year, and the '84 Tigers did too. When you start out the year 35-5.
The 2-2. And Benoit strikes out Kipnis, 2 down. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment on this date in 2006. Grady Sizemore against the Kansas City Royals. At the base of the wall, it's a walk-off game-winning triple. As Dribble Cabrera 1 for 3, his 2-run double in the third made it a 1-run game. It has stayed that way ever since. Chasing after that high fastball and fouls it back. A little bit outside, 1-1 to count. Four runs on 7 hits for Detroit, 3 runs on 3 hits for the Indians. And now the 1-1 to Cabrera. Rope fair. Cabrera makes the one-hop stab, and he beats his dribble to the bag to end the inning. We'll go to the 9th. 4-3 Tigers. Ninth inning. Tony Sipp coming on now for the Indians after Joe Smith worked a 1-2-3 8th inning. Tony, for the 54th time this year, will be facing the bottom third of the Tigers order.
Well, you want to keep it right where it's at. Obviously, a 4-3 ball game. You're going to see their closer coming into the 9th. And boy, this has been a good ball game, hasn't it? Another one.
Yeah,
Another good ball game.
Really well pitched here tonight.
A couple of mistakes by the Indians back in the first. In the early part of the game, Carmona settled in. They were able to take advantage of every hit they got off of Verlander. They only had 3 hits, but they had 3 runs with 2 hits in this ball game because he walked 3, but 2 of those walks come around to score on the Cabrera double. So they've made the most of their hits.
There's a fly ball, center field. Ezekiel Carrera calling for it. One away. Stay tuned after the ball game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. Conrad's, home of the lowest everyday tire price guarantee. We've got the highlights. And, of course, we'll also look forward to the upcoming weekend series between the Indians and the Minnesota Twins. That all gets underway tomorrow night. We'll have Mike Hargrove joining us in the booth for Friday and Saturday night's games. Fastball strike to Alex Avila, 1 for 3 on the night. Singled in a run and scored in the second. Big alumni weekend here at Progressive Field, too. Roberto Alomar will be on hand, as well as Bert Blyleven. Of course, he does the TV for Minnesota. Both former Indians, both now baseball Hall of Famers.
Yeah. Newly inducted back at the end of July. We see Bert all the time, but it'll be nice to see Robbie. Then on Saturday, we'll have Gaylord Perry as well. He's coming in for the weekend.
Now the 1-1. Strike called. Sip gets ahead. Here's the 1-2. Flares that one toward left. Shelley Duncan will make the catch. 2 down. That's going to bring up Wilson Betemeet, who is 1 for 3 on the night. Betemeet had an RBI single back in the second when he hit a hot smash right back up the middle. It caught Carmona on the left leg and then caromed into right field, plating a run. But Fausto struck him out his next 2 times up. A little bit outside for ball 1. Smashed in the hole. Betemeet with a base hit keeps the inning alive. His second hit tonight.
Well, they had Chisenhall playing over at the down the line. You can see he's pretty close to the line right there. So there's the base hit in the hole. He has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 for 4.
Top of the order, Austin Jackson.
He's got it trimmed down a little bit, doesn't he? The hair and the goatee, and earlier in the year it was long.
He's biding his time now as Tim Belcher visits Tony Sipp. Whatever he said brought a smile to Sipp's face.
Well, he's just buying time because it looks like it's a Pistano that is getting up in the pen, and they're just waiting for a little bit. That's all. They're just killing time. He wants Sipp. He said, hey, you just have to get this guy out, and I'm just stalling.
So Tony Sipp ready to go to work now against Jackson. He was called out on strikes back in the 7th, his last time up. Low and away, ball 1. Tigers head to Baltimore for a weekend series against the Orioles. There's a fly ball down the right field line, foul. Nobody will get to it. Orioles lost at home to the White Sox tonight, 6-3 the final there. After that, the Tigers will go home. They'll face the Twins and then the Indians. The Indians, of course, have the Twins this weekend. They hit the road, and they'll play at Chicago and at Detroit. Now the 1-1. Fouled on a play. Be a healthy dose of Central Division baseball the rest of the way.
Well, the key to that, win the series. You know what I mean?
They've already done here.
Yeah, they've already done it, but I mean, they're going to have a comeback with a chance to a sweep, but you have to win the series.
Tony Sipp ready with a 1-2. And count evens up now. And the 2-2 now. Draws a throw. Tony Sipp, a long look in to Lou Marson. He steps away. Boy, those giveaway T-shirts have turned into rally towels now here at the ballpark. Everybody's got them up, waving them, hoping to see Tony Sipp put an end to this right here. Now the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. And now we'll see if those rally towels can urge the Indians onto a win in their last at bat. Field. Indians down a run. Jose Valverde trying to convert his 33rd consecutive save. Detroit making a couple of changes defensively now behind him for the 9th inning. Actually, just one change. Ramon Santiago has come on to play second base.
Well, you're right. Those shirts have really come into play now. Looks like it's snowing. Well, they've got their work cut out for them, but it's going to be Hafner, Santana, Fukudome against Valverde. Right-handers hitting 190, lefties 224. As I mentioned, he has pitched one time against the Indians so far in the 8 games, and he went 1 inning. So he is on for his first save opportunity and trying to end the streak for Detroit of 13 consecutive losses in Progressive Field. And the Indians are going to try and do something that they've done a lot here, is come back and have a walk-off win, and they've done it to Detroit here as well.
Travis Hafner 0 for 2 on the night with a walk. Takes a look at strike 1. Left-handed hitters batting .224 against him this year. Right-handed hitters batting just $190. Valverde's 0-1. Up too high, evens the count. There's the 1-1. Right back to the screen.
Got himself a high fastball out of the zone. Tried to get on top of it and couldn't do it.
The 1-2 got him looking. Looked like a fastball. And it was right down Broadway.
That was a fastball. He must have been looking for something else, but he came right at him.
That'll bring up Carlos Santana. He homered in the 2nd. And then in the 6th inning, it looked like he had hit one, if not out of here, at least off the top of the wall with a runner on first base. But Austin Jackson went up and made a terrific catch at the fence to take it away from him. And in a 1-run game, that looms very large. Inside ball 1. This was the play back in the 6th inning with Hafner, the runner at first, and 1 out. Hafner was around second base by the time Austin Jackson made the leaping catch.
It certainly was. Game changer right there.
All right, now let's see if Santana can get into one from Valverde. The right-hander's 1-0 pitch. Popped him up on the infield. Santiago just into the game, makes the catch, 2 down. And now Kosuke Fukudome will be the last hope for the Indians to keep it alive. He's 0 for 3 on the night with a couple of strikeouts. Down low for ball 1. Fukudome 3 for 13 in the series. Trying to get aboard and keep this baby alive here. Missed outside. It's 2-0. Shelly Duncan would be next. Valverde's 2-0. And a one-hop smash to second. Santiago from the outfield grass throws him out. And the Tigers salvage the finale of this 3-game series, holding on for the 4-3 victory over the Indians and snapping a 13-game losing streak against the Tribe here at Progressive Field. With the win, Detroit now 61 and 56. Detroit is now 62 and 55. And they move back to a 3-game lead over the Indians in the division. Tribe falls to 58 and 57. Winner is Justin Verlander, his 17th victory on the year, 33rd save for Valverde. Loser Fausto Carmona, he drops to 5 and 12 on the year. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by KeyBank. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeast Ohio.
Well, you go back to that 6th inning, and with Hafner on first base, Santana hits a rocket to center field. Thought the ball might be out of there, awfully close. Austin Jackson makes a terrific play. I mean, saves a run. Hafner was around second base, able to touch second and get back to first base, but that was the play of the game. There's no question about it. That'll be our KeyBank key play of the ball game.
So a disappointing end of the series.